Welcome to the Matt O'Grady Coaching Podcast. This is where Matt shares all his ideas on how to be happier, more successful, and enjoy life to the fullest. Please go to mattogradycoaching.com and theliving.gratitudebook.com to learn more and receive your free micro-coaching session with Matt.
Hello and welcome to the Matt O'Grady Coaching Podcast, mattogradycoaching.com. Thank you to all of you who are buying, reviewing this podcast and my new book, Breathe. I know you don't buy this podcast, but I mix those two things that I'm grateful for. Thank you so much. Really appreciate all your kind words about the book and how it's helping you meditate, etc. And self-love. Like there's an area in there on the practice of self-love, and I've noticed a lot of people are commenting on that and how much it's helped them, which, you know, of course I thought was important. That's why I put it in the book, but I was pleasantly surprised to see how many people were gravitating towards that, all connected to a future book specifically devoted on the practice of self-love, self-acceptance, self-appreciation, connecting with the self, which isn't necessarily what you might think, but topic for another day. Today I wanted to talk about meditation and mindfulness. You know, it's such a great practice. I scream from the rooftops, if you will, about how much I believe in meditation and mindfulness. And I understand a lot of my coaching clients and people I speak to say, sure, Matt, you've been doing all this stuff for over 20 years. Of course, it's easy for you, whatever. Well, you know, it's not necessarily true. You know, there's days that I'm busy and stressed and have the same resistance as anyone else does. I guess where the amount of time practicing it really comes into play is more so on the side of I've been living the benefits for so long that my resistance when I stop to connect, even just for 30 seconds, let's do it right now. Stop and connect. It's just a pause, a conscious pausing. And it's so simple. You do it with your eyes wide open. You can be walking, driving, showering, cleaning the kitchen, working, in the middle of a meeting. It doesn't matter. You can still listen to everything that's going around you, still see everything that is going around you, but you become more conscious of it. Like in this case for me right now, I am feeling where I'm sitting. I am concentrating on the words that I'm saying and what I feel, the vibration of these words in my throat and my chest, really seeing everything, hearing my own voice, feeling the tingles in my body, just coming into the present moment in a more connected way. Some people call it presence, some people call it mindfulness, some people call it self-awareness. But regardless of what term you use, what matters most is practicing it and then receiving the benefits of it. And of course, meditation is typically thought of as the next step, where you close your eyes and you're watching your body and your breath and maybe doing all sorts of other techniques and exercises. But I want to talk about the benefits because I just came across this really great article from greatergoodberkeley.edu and saying that 5 ways that mindfulness meditation is good for your health. Research suggests that mindfulness benefits our bodies, not just our minds. So they say for thousands of years people have been practicing this, and it's essentially found that learning to pay attention to our current experiences and accept them without judgment might indeed help us to be happier. Studies to date suggest that mindfulness affects many aspects of our psychological well-being, improving our mood, increasing positive emotions, and decreasing our anxiety, emotional reactivity, and job burnout. And then the question is, does it also help with the body? Farther down, it says, taken together, the study suggests that mindfulness impacts our hearts, brains, immune system, and much more. They're saying heart disease is the leading killer in the United States. Interesting. Heart dis-ease is the leading killer in the United States. So what does that mean? Are we not connecting with our hearts often enough? Not self-loving our own hearts? Self-awareness, self-acceptance, and just simple awareness, simple observation of our hearts. So really important to consider what meditation and mindfulness can do for us. We've got Harvard studies, Berkeley studies all over the world about how meditation and mindfulness help us, and a decline in Alzheimer's symptoms, improve your immune response. In several studies, mindfulness meditation increased the level of T cells and T cell activity in patients with HIV, breast cancer, and more. Could play a role in fighting cancer and other diseases that call up immune cells. I mean, isn't that the type of thing you want happening in your life? Don't you want your immune system booming? Don't you? I mean, during a pandemic, people are getting sick all across the globe. What happens if all you need to do is to dedicate yourself to a real meditation practice? By real, I just mean a few minutes a day, maybe twice a day when you first wake up and right before you go to sleep. I mean, 2-3 minutes to start, and then you work your way up to 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes a day. Oh, come on. It's so easy. So much fun. I love it. I think you'll love it too. It's just a matter of kind of getting through the resistance, which is just ego. It's just thoughts we've been thinking or patterns we have. So really important to understand what the benefits of something are as we explore it. Mindfulness also may reduce cell aging. It's pretty amazing. And somehow it found that the chromosomes serve to protect them from aging, seem to be affected by mindfulness meditation. Reduces psychological pain, anxiety, depression. I mean, they got it right here. I'm just reading the article to you from a scientifically based research, and then there's thousands of people. I mean, I Googled just to get a sense of it, testimonials about meditation, and there's just, people have been recording this all over the world, for many years, in some cases, many hundreds, thousands of years, people saying the same thing, that it releases stress, less anxious, more centered, turns down the noise, easier to let troublesome thoughts go, grounds me like nothing else. Meditation helped me get pregnant, like a light switched on. These are all different people, by the way. It brought me back to me. I totally get that. I have chills reading that one. I get that 100%. Had a huge impact on my health. Meditation transformed my life. I feel like a different person. I was skeptical about meditation when I first heard it. I always imagined it as a practice reserved for more spiritual people than me. But immediately, my fears were put to rest, and it was a very practical and effortless thing to do every day, which anyone could easily learn to improve both their emotional, psychological, and physical well-being with an immediate effect. I mean, if you take the science and then, our peers, just people out there who, have gotten this help, normal, regular people like you and me, it's huge. It's really huge. I think it's so in today's world to be taking a look at what our own experience of something is, hear experience of says people who have dedicated their lives to this kind of work, like I'm waving my hand, you can't see me, but I'm one of those people. I've dedicated my life to this practice. I mean, if I didn't have to, bring home the bacon for the family, I would literally be practicing this stuff all day long. 10 or so hours a day, Monday through Friday, on my digital marketing company. But I bring all the practices that I know and that I'm living to that business. So in a lot of ways, even though I may not be into it all day, I practice it all day, letting go, focusing on my body, my mind, my breath, with just simple self-awareness as much as I can all day long. During these podcasts, just relaxing, let the shoulders down, let the feet down, but feeling the body, living in the present moment. That's simple mindfulness right there. Simple self-awareness. Just try it. I guarantee you, if you stick with it every day for 3 weeks, or if you just do it a handful of times per week, it might take a few months for you to really notice the radical differences. But I'd say 5 or 10 minutes a day for 3 weeks every day. I'm pretty sure after those 21 days, you're going to notice something significant. And I highly, highly recommend you do a little research. Get on Google, research the benefits of meditation and mindfulness. I've got dozens of free podcasts here. There's millions of pieces of information on the internet, on YouTube, completely for free. There's really no excuse. If you want to experience it, if you want to receive the benefits, there's no excuse. Just do it. Just test it out. See if it's for you. I'd say 98% of all the people I've introduced meditation to, which is many hundreds now throughout the years, maybe thousands, if you include the podcasts, probably thousands, maybe even tens of thousands, since I've been doing this podcast for 10 years. And we have almost 700,000 downloads globally. Pretty amazing. So excited about that. Can't wait to hit 1 million. Hoping to hit that in as early as possible in 2021. Be very exciting. So, yeah, I just implore you to take a look at meditation and mindfulness and see how it could potentially help your life. Because it's helped mine. And the benefits are massive, expansive, physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually even, if that's your jam. I highly recommend it for all aspects of life, the benefits. Thank you so much for listening. MattO'GradyCoaching.com